Hello everyone, I'm Wendy Ross, and once again it's another edition of Who's Behind the Mic. Tonight, where are we and who is behind the mic?
Hi everybody, I'm Ken Warkenden, the voice of the Meadowlands Racetrack, or Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment, and it's great to be with you.
Ken, it is certainly always good to be back home here at the Meadowlands, and always good to see you, my old friend. And you know, once again, we're up here in the booth where you do most of your great work. And how long have you been an announcer in general, and then here at the Meadowlands?
In general, about 40 years. Here it was 30 years in May. It's amazing. It's flown by. So.
You're wearing your Hamiltonian shirt. We're
yes,
coming
I
in.
am.
It is Hamiltonian Weekend,
Absolutely.
and it's always the best time of year to be out here. How many Hamiltonians have you called?
This will be 22, so 21 of them. I missed one because Sam McKee called the Muscle Hill Hamiltonian, and I got to do the television and do like double duty, run down and do the presentations and things like that back in the old days in the old grandstand across from us here. But yeah, it's always a thrill to call the Hamiltonian and Hamiltonian Weekend. And you know, it's also it's not just the culmination of a great meet. It's the end of the season, so a lot of us can't wait to go on vacation too. So it's kind of the end of the road.
You know, this might be a tough question, but
Okay.
What was your favorite Hamiltonian to call?
Maybe the first one, Self-Possessed. Dave Johnson, who was the thoroughbred caller at the time, wrote me a nice handwritten letter, you know, wishing me best of luck with my first Hamiltonian. And I'll never forget how much I was shaking. I couldn't even look through the binoculars. But I got through it, and it was terrific. And they've all been really thrilling to call and a challenge to call as well. And it's great because you have the crowd here, and it goes for $1 million. So it's got a big purse. There's a lot of build up to it, you know, and finally there it is.
Self-Possessed, Mike LaChance keeping him to his task. He's all alone now, and he's home free. Angus Hall will be second. Enjoy Levesque is going to rally, but it's going to be Self-Possessed.
It's always a thrill to call the Hamiltonian.
Are there still nerves going into calling that big race every year?
Yeah, absolutely. You never get over that. It depends on how you feel. You know, it's a performance any way you slice it, and sometimes performers have it and they don't have it some days. So you kind of hope that you're on your game that day. And it's a long day too. I mean, there's 6 hours you're waiting and going through other races, so you've had a chance to kind of warm up. But when the Hamiltonian comes and they throw it up to you, everything just kind of goes blank and you just go.
Looking out the window here now, we see that beautiful old grandstand that you were in for many, many years. Tell us, was there any differences between calling the Hamiltonian over here and calling it over there?
Yeah, it was, the atmosphere was, back in the old days, we had, you know, 30, 40,000 people. Maybe we had, you know, just a few more people there, and there was the tradition, the old grandstand and so on. But the new tradition is great as well. You know, there's a new optimism here at the new Meadowlands. And, you know, we've been pretty lucky with the weather, and I think we're going to get a great day this year as well. So, yeah, we're looking forward to another great Hamiltonian with the roar of the crowd as they turn for home. That's what it's all about.
Working here with you for 5 years personally, I remember you coming into the office. You and me would sit and talk with Sam. We would, you know, gab back and forth, but you always had your briefcase and things. What are some essentials that Ken needs to get through a night?
Well, you've got to have your markers. You know, I mark up the program with the driver's colors. We have the proof, and we transfer all the information onto the program itself. So we work up the program. Of course, you've got to have your binoculars and something to eat and something to drink. And these days we have our phones. So if we have a question about a pronunciation or so on, you can always just Google it and find out how to pronounce a name, a person's name or a horse's name.
I think, you know, something that makes you special is that control, that emphasis that you have, that you use in your voice. You know, tell us a little bit about how you perfected that over the years.
Well, we've had some training. I've taken a lot of classes, like acting classes, voiceover classes. I've read a lot of voiceover books. I have a studio at home. I've done voiceover work for about 20, 25 years and worked with some really, really good people. And it's all about, you know, control with the diaphragm and sounding believable. And enunciating and doing all the prep work and exercises and warm-ups that you need to do in order to present yourself and to package things. A lot of reading as well.
Who are a few fellow announcers that you admire?
I would say that in the beginning was Tom Durkin. I thought Tom did it the right way. Tom Durkin and Carl Becker. These are the guys that did justice to the and Sam McKee. Sam McKee, of course, was a real. He wasn't a mentor. He was a real good partner. And when Sam passed away, he left. It was really tough.
International style, the red and tan line's coming. International style, gate to wire.
How about some of the announcers you're hearing today? What are you seeing in them that you like or that they could work on?
They just have to keep it simple and work on their vocal technique and their vocal control, and not scream and yell and get out of sync. And inform the betting public. It's all about informing the betting public. You're representing the racetrack. You've got to be aware of the safety of the animals and the participants, the drivers and trainers on the track, and the bettors. You can't peeve off the bettors.
Now, Ken, you said you've been doing it 40 plus years. How many more years are we going to be hearing Ken Workington here at the Meadowlands?
I don't know. It's look, we're blessed with good health. And we're certainly on the back nine. I mean, I'm 62. It's not gonna be that much longer. We'll find out. I mean, I haven't got any other career aspirations. I mean, I ref hockey, I play hockey, but that's just a side gig, and I have a lot of fun with that. But as long as they let me through the door here, I'm going to give it the best I can. I guess the reason I enjoy refereeing so much is that when the coaches and the parents and even the players yell at me, it doesn't bother me.
How do you do that?
Well, you kind of tune them out, but there is a zero tolerance rule now for USA Hockey. So you quit. You have to be decisive, and you ring them up.